Louis Wan is Chief Investment Officer at Pride Investment Group, managing something like $200 million here. So where do we actually see opportunities for investors if, indeed, China is riding to the rescue?
Right now, I would say the European problem is a bit complicated at the moment. We believe it is bigger than the U.S. problem. For China, we are very optimistic about the stock market in 12 months' time, but we are still a bit pessimistic in 3 months' time, because right now inflation is a key problem in China.
Well, everybody says inflation is going to go away because of base effects, and that we've already seen the peak of it, and from here on in, September should start to see quite a ssharp fallback.
We hope to be the trend on a downward, but the inflation is still at a very high level, and then stabilizing the overall price is the priority of the government policies. So I guess when the inflation drops below 6%, the government will have some condition or some room to relax the policy. At that time, the stock market would be much improved.
Now, you don't like the exporters much, do you, over there in China? And is that because we're keeping on seeing the RMB continue its appreciation, albeit at a slow rate?
Yes, our RMB appreciation is one reason. The other reason is the demand in Europe and US will be reduced. What we see from right now because of the financial crisis or the credit crisis. So I think these two reasons together, we are believing that the export will be slowing down. That will adversely affect the export industry of China.
Do you see, let's say, if I'm talking to you this time next year, that the yuan will be fully convertible and it will be flexible?
We are thinking that the RMB internationalization, or
with London becoming the offshore hub, an offshore hub now as well.
We don't think that will happen in 10 years' time, to be frank.
You don't think there's going to be flexibility in 10 years' time?
Yes, yeah. I guess the internationalization will keep step by step. It is the overall government's policy, the government's philosophy in China, a stepping stone when across the river. That is the overall philosophy for China. So for RMB internationalization, they will take a long time, what we see. But right now, even though Hong Kong is called the offshore center, but right now it seems that there's a lot of problems. They have not yet relaxed.
Lewis, that's also, okay, that's the currency. We talked about what you don't like. You don't like the exporters. Yeah. What you do like if you're going to invest?
We do like the properties and the banks in China.
Really, despite the heavy debts that these banks have, I guess ultimately the state would come into the rescue of them.
Yes, I spend more than half of my time for traveling in China. What I saw in China is that there's a huge demand for properties. One reason for buying the property is because they just get the money. They have a strong investment needs. The other one is the urbanization. The government right now encourage the urbanization. So there's create a strong demand for the housing in the city. That is one reason. And the second reason is for the banks. What we see is the bank right now have a strong bargaining power for the pricing, because right now, just imagine there's a strong demand for the market for credit, but the bank has a limited credit, the limited credit quota. So the bank is capable to select the best candidates with best collaterals. So the bad debt shouldn't be big. So the margins should be very high. So we are optimistic about the properties and banks.
Okay, so that's what you have. So, if we say you're positive in a 12-month view, as we started off, the interview will end it on this note as well.
Yeah.
Well, a bit pessimistic in the next 3 months. So if, again, in 12 months' time, what upside would we get in the overall market?
We're believing about 30% upside for the Shanghai Composite. Right now, it is about 2,500. So at that time, we are looking for about 3,300 points for the Shanghai Composite.
Right, Lewis, thanks for coming in. Thanks for stopping by. Louis Wan there from Pride Investments Group, where he's the Chief Investment Officer.